What's going on, G's? It is David here. We're back with another video. Now, in this video, guys, we'll be talking specifically about Jeff Gordon. Now, when it comes to Jeff Gordon is definitely my all-time favorite driver. He's the reason, biggest reason as to why I fell in love with the sport that is NASCAR. But I wanted to talk in particular about one particular season, and that was the 2007 NASCAR Nextel Cup Series, as it was known back then. Now, in that season, Jeff Gordon ended up finishing second to Jimmie Johnson in the standings. And if you ask me, if you ask everybody else, the one thing that stopped Jeff Gordon from winning a fifth championship that specific year was the playoffs, as it was now known, the chase for the cup. Those final 10 races are what cost Jeff Gordon his chance at a championship. One particular reason why Jeff Gordon finished second, might I add you. He had 36 races, 7 poles. His lowest finish was 41st. Obviously, he had a couple wins. He had 6 particular. He had an average finish of 7.3. Average finish of 7.3 in a NASCAR Cup Series season. That is one of the best seasons that you could have in a Cup Series. He led 1,300 laps exactly on the money. Now, these next couple stats I'm going to talk about are crazy. Jeff Gordon, in the season of 2007, in 36 races, had 30 top 10 finishes. Let me repeat that again. 30 top 10 finishes. And he lost the championship. In the Winston Cup era, Jeff Gordon would have the title locked up probably by the last 10 races in general. Out of 36 races, Jeff Gordon only finished outside the top 10 in 6 of them, with one of his lowest finishes being in 41st position. As I look at the stats right here, some of his finishes outside the top 10 were Atlanta in March 18th, where he finished 12th. He finished 11th at Charlotte in the Coca-Cola that was also a race. He finished 41st in the Coca-Cola 600, which was his worst finish. He had a 27th place finish at Michigan, he had a 19th place finish at Bristol, and he had the 22nd place finish in California, which is now known as Auto Club. Those stats are still incredible. 30 top 10s. And keep in mind, I didn't even say the amount of top 5s that he had. He had 21 top 5 finishes. In basically almost more than half of the races that the NASCAR Cup Series ran that year, Jeff Gordon finished inside the top 5 21 different times. And this is the one thing I look at this, because I look at this whole playoff format, and keep in mind, I'm not a fan of the whole winning urine system that's going on currently right now, so I just wanted to voice that. But I wasn't even a fan of the chase system in general, partly because of the reason the chase system cost Jeff Gordon 2 championships when it comes to this. Because if it was for the Winston Cup format, the old format, Jeff Gordon, as of this current moment right now, will be a 7-time champion. And you guys can go look up at the stats at itself. If it was in the Winston Cup format, Jeff Gordon would be a 7-time champion right now. And imagine Jeff Gordon alongside the names of Richard Petty and Dale Earnhardt. That was so flowed perfectly. But the chase ended up creating one of the greatest stories in Jimmie Johnson, where he won 5 straight. But keep in mind, Jimmie Johnson won 5 straight during the chase format. Jeff Gordon won 4 championships during the Winston Cup format, which I gotta say is obviously, I think the Winston Cup format is a lot tougher because you have to be consistent. You can pick up a whole bunch of wins, but if you're not consistent and you have DNF finishes, it's gonna cost you in the points. So Jeff Gordon won 4 championships in what was a tougher era in terms of winning championships, even though Richard Petty and Dale Earnhardt won 7. I will say that, but it comes to this. Like I said again, in 2007, 36 races, 7 poles, lowest finish was 41st, 6 wins, average finish was 7.3, average start 11.1. He led, total laps was 10,240, he led 1,300. He had 1 DNF, and he finished 96.7% of the laps run. He was on the lead lap. And he didn't win the championship? This actually legitimately blows my mind. As I read these stats, keep in mind, I've always thought back at the seasons of where I could have seen Jeff Gordon win a championship for the first time ever, and the season I mainly focus on is 2007. 2007. Because this guy, Jeff Gordon, had one of the best seasons you could ever have in a NASCAR Cup Series career. And he finished second in the championship, due to one thing and one thing only: the chase.